right, welcome back to Second Floor Experience, everyone. We have two very special guests today. Very glad we are getting this podcast in.
Cheers. Is this our third time trying to do it?
Yeah.
This is third time's the charm. We're gonna try to do it outside, but the weather conditions were not cooperating.
Yeah.
So here we are, and let me introduce our special guest. We have Nathan Hartman, who is the producer for the Outlands band. If you remember, if you're a true fan of the podcast, you remember back to the episode with Sam and Gavin, who are the other two members of the Outlands band. Nathan was gonna be in there with them, but we didn't have an extra mic, and he was also gone.
Yeah, I was gone. I don't remember where I was.
So this is been a long time coming, but it's perfect because we have Ryan Norton here with us, who is a core member of Second Floor, OG, and he was Nathan's roommate, and is also currently Nathan's roommate on this cruise.
Cheers.
So it worked out perfectly.
Dude, our room looks like
the Haven.
It took about 2 seconds for that room to be.
Looks like
we're just always moving and grooving. I don't have time to.
I don't got time. Is ours much better?
Fold.
No, it's not.
A tad bit.
So let's give the audience kind of an idea of what are we doing here, what's been going on, and then we'll kind of give them a deeper intro into each one of you.
I don't know if you can tell with how I sound right now. We've been going hard, dude.
We have been
on a cruise right now.
This is the last day.
Day
5.
just been having a good time.
So we booked this cruise 10 months ago, right?
Yeah.
We looked up what is the cheapest cruise for the most nights. We found a 5-night Royal Caribbean cruise to Cozumel and Puerto Costa Maya.
For only $398.
Yeah.
Was it only 300?
No,
before taxes. It was under 400.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's how they get you. Like, oh, this cruise is only $390.
I think we ended up paying like
still,
480 something.
But still,
like that.
Still.
400
for 5 nights.
Yeah.
I thought we were gonna end up coming back on Friday, but we were
That's
coming
what I
back
thought
Saturday.
too until like last week.
Yeah. So
I'm glad we have a whole other day today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's freaking awesome.
Got some good shows to go to.
Yeah.
So okay, we
got some more games to win.
Yeah.
So far,
I mean, this has been a W cruise. Like, we're not catching any L's.
the only L we caught was freaking volleyball.
Dude, that was the freaking wind, man. That
The wind was crazy, dude. The wind was crazy.
We couldn't control that, dude.
Yeah.
We couldn't.
But we
It's like a category 4 hurricane out
Ryan,
there.
Ryan, tell people what have we played and what have we won recently?
Well, it all started with Zach on the first day, being the belly flop champion that he is.
That's what started it, dude. That's what started it.
And then, I mean, it just progressed. Yeah. I was on stage with a musician, winning over the crowd.
Yeah.
You
said Tom Selleck instead of Tom Cruise.
Yeah. I said Tom Selleck. But here's the thing: I knew he was looking for Tom Cruise. I thought Tom Selleck would have been funnier.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was.
It was, dude.
You won the crowd.
Several people come up to you telling
Cruise
you
or Hanks.
Oh yeah,
you threw everyone off, dude.
Yeah, Selleck.
You threw him off.
Joke's on you. I'm the magician now. No, and then I don't know, man. We've just been progressing. Last night I was a team captain for our team at the Crazy Quest game show, which is exactly what it sounds like. Multiple side quests, and we won that.
That was
insane, dude.
Epic.
The most fun I've had in a while.
There was a point in that night where I had an opportunity to do something, or like, okay, I didn't know what to do, but then like something just like snapped and I did it.
The switch flipped.
That changed everything.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the beauty of a cruise, though, right? I mean, you're not here to impress anybody. You're just here to have a good time.
Have a great time.
And that's the switch that happens. Like, oh snap! I'm not really trying to impress nobody, so I'm just gonna go and have a good time.
Yeah.
And I think that's what happened last night. Is like we threw all caution to the wind, and we we're never gonna see these people again. So, and then I mean,
are you able to explain the Crazy Quest a little bit?
I mean, yeah. So like,
yeah. How? What's so y'all
okay?
So cut things out, bleep things out.
Yeah,
what can we not say?
So for the viewers at home watching, we're on a Royal Caribbean ship, and they do something called the Crazy Quest game show. And basically, it's for everybody 21 and older. So you tend to know it's gonna be a little bit more on the risque side, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, because I have played before, I was telling the boys, they're like, we got to have one of us do it, only because I felt in control if one of us was up there. Like, well, you played it, so you go do it. And so it was me and a girl named Kristen who just happened to be sitting next to, and basically how it would go is the host
Cruising.
It's Cruising Susan.
Cruising Susan,
who's our cruise director, would
Same thing, dude.
would ask for random things from the crowd. So, for instance, one of the ones was, I need the male captain, which is myself, to bring me 2 different colored shoelaces. And so Joseph ripped the shoelaces out of his shoe, and then another person. But it's just, and it progresses.
Or like a fake pair of teeth.
Fake pair of teeth.
Dude, that was insane.
Fake pair of teeth. It was just, and obviously there's some other things that a little bit more risque.
I took my shirt off.
Yeah. Pants came off.
Again,
but dude, you're in a room with what?
How many 400 at least. Yeah. We had at least 80 on our team, and it was a lot of fun though.
Yeah.
But we won.
We did win.
We won. We freaking.
And here's the thing: we knew the whole time we were winning.
Oh yeah, dude.
There was never a doubt. We're like, oh crap, we gotta pick it up. It was like, we're just gonna maintain.
Dude,
we had the biggest and loudest group.
We recruited. We were telling people to come sit with us. People that we had talked to, we knew. Like, hey, come be on our team. It was just a good time, man.
Dude, I felt so bad for the 2 dudes who lost their pants and were just standing there for like a good 5-10 minutes.
So for the viewers, a little context. Cruz and Susan had asked for 5 man's pants, not being worn. So, myself, Zach, Nathan, and 2 other guys on our team, we gave away our pants. We didn't give them away. Obviously, we got them back, but
she told us to go like leave it on the
floor.
But these 2 poor guys were without pants for like at least 15 minutes.
Well, that's because they made you guys turn around and then kicked the pants and then took some of the pants and hid them.
Yeah.
We were without pants for maybe like 2-3 minutes.
Dude, I found mine like immediately.
I did not, dude.
I did not find mine. It took me a minute.
Dude, I saw Zach running around with his shorts on. I was like, Zach, put them on, dude. Put them on.
It was just...
It was a great time.
It was a great time. It was a great time.
But we were saying, like, this podcast is called the Second Floor Experience.
Oh, dude, we gave the crews the second floor experience.
So, dude, when this is only 4 members out of 16 at some time,
something like that,
10 to 16. So it's like, dude, we're virtually taking over the ship.
Dude, we keep on saying if we had a month, if we had a month on this ship, dude. Because this is day 5.
It's day
4.
Yeah, day 5, I think.
Yeah.
I've already done this much damage.
Years of church camp has prepared us for these moments.
Dude, honestly.
Seriously.
Yeah, seriously. And second floor. Yeah. Last night was... it did feel a lot like church camp. A little bit.
Yeah.
But just the way... I don't know, dude. Like the way... It felt like second floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It felt like second floor.
It's back to... We just don't care.
Yeah. You just do not care.
We don't care. I've been telling the boys all this the whole week. It's like me and Joseph, we're married, so we don't give a rip about nobody. We're not here to impress any girls. We're not here to impress anybody. So we just don't care. I mean that's the same for Nathan and Zach. Is they're not here to impress anybody. We're just here to have
Nah, dude, I gotta freaking impress you.
Good time.
Okay,
I got one shot today. Dude.
Go ahead, Nate.
Man, was it Monday night?
Yeah, first night, dude.
We went to the
Love at First Ice.
The ice skating show.
The Ice Queen, as we call her.
The Ice Queen, man. She was beautiful. She was twisting and turning, treading on the ice, man. And dude, I knew.
She watches Attack on Titan.
You gotta chill with that. Just because she's Japanese doesn't mean she automatically watches anime, dude.
I'm saying just because you like anime, and so like you like she's probably
Yeah,
the
but
one
I can't
for
be
me.
I can't be weird like that. I can't just assume. But yeah, dude, I saw her skating. I saw her teasing a clown.
That poor clown, dude.
A poor clown.
That poor
man.
clown just wanted to give love and a flower to her, and she said, "Nah, I'm good, thanks."
Yeah.
That
Okay.
shit was nuts.
So then you found her on Instagram.
Yeah.
And then we met the ice captain at one of the other shows.
Yeah.
Aaron.
Yeah.
Dude, Aaron
At the
Aaron's
Magic
a pro,
show.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. Well, no.
No. It was the first
But
production.
here's the thing,
Yeah.
like, yeah, it was just wild how that all happened. And then we go to the freaking 70s disco party, and we just happen to find a spot.
Yeah.
And we look over to our right, and lo and behold,
The
Yuki
entire- like-
Yuki is standing
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
There.
The entire
Literally.
ice
Along
cast.
with the
Yeah.
entire like production.
Yeah. Team.
Yeah.
Really, ice and
Yeah.
dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I really was trying to. I mean, I'm just trying to be the wingman. I call it the wingman, man. You know what I mean?
You were really putting out some serious effort.
Dude,
I really was.
I hadn't unlocked anything yet. I hadn't gone Super Saiyan yet.
Yeah.
So like I had nothing to offer that day, dude.
But no, I mean, and it was cool about that is we got to, at least I got to speak to a lot of the ice cast people.
Yeah.
Just talk about. I mean, like my main question is like, how did you even
How'd you get into
How'd you
this?
even get into this? It was like you just
Yeah.
one day you're like, oh, I'm just gonna go start skating on ice, and it was just, it's cool to see how many people you meet on a cruise and just to get to talk
Yeah.
about, life. Like I've had so many conversations with just random people, like on the elevator, like, hey, how's it going? Where are you from?
Dude,
What do you
Elevator
do?
lady?
Oh
Elevator
my
lady, bro.
gosh, dude.
I haven't seen her.
I haven't seen her.
I haven't seen her in
Oh.
a minute.
The last time me and Joseph saw her, we were was it Wednesday?
Mhm.
We were leaving for our excursion for the beach, and like the door opened up, and she was with her squad, but her squad was too big, so they couldn't
for
get onto the
real?
elevator. We saw her.
Did she say hey or?
I don't know, maybe.
Okay, so for the listeners, this is the lady who is probably in her 60s, and she's
Something
like,
that.
she looks like she cruises probably twice a year.
She's like 4 feet tall.
Yeah, she's like 4 feet tall. She looks like kind of like an older Karen, sort of, but like she's really funny, and so she like immediately spawned in somewhere. We met her, and
At
then
the elevator.
yeah, the first, and then the second time we saw her again, she's like, "Oh, I have some
I got
cruise
some
drama."
crazy gossip.
Yeah,
going
it's like
on.
crazy, and we were like, "What?" And she was like, "Okay, so the freaking VP of this company, ended up having to tell his wife that he had a kid that was 7 years old with another lady, and so they got divorced. He remarried the younger mom that he had the kid with. She made him build a mansion, and then he just died of pneumonia." We were like, "What?"
I can't believe you remembered all that.
Yeah,
Crap.
yeah. And then she said something else about like
And
someone
one of
getting
her-
murdered.
Yeah, somebody she knew from like high school or something.
Yeah.
Just got arrested for
Murder.
murder or
Today.
got murdered
Yeah.
or,
Or
something.
that day.
Yeah.
And so, but it was funny because she dropped both those stories in the span of probably like 45 seconds.
Yes.
Yeah, 'cause we were
yeah.
going up the elevator.
Yeah, literally an elevator ride.
Dude,
That's
I
why
mean-
she's the elevator lady, bro.
But dude, I mean, there's a lot of people that we've seen who just seem to like spawn in and then they're gone.
Yeah.
Within a vanish.
Yeah.
It's like
Costa
so.
Maya, dude.
So dude, me and Zach, on like day one, we had nothing planned for the next day at Costa Maya. We were like, let's go ride ATVs.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But at the end of ATVs, there was a beach break, and so we were hanging out at the beach. There was like this pool, and I turned and I was talking to somebody about they just got engaged, and me and the guy who they had just bought the ring for the girl, and,
Oh
and
yeah.
I turn around to talk to Zach. I turn back around and they vanished within thin air. I'm just like, and like for like the first 2 days, I was like, Was that a dream?
We saw him last night, dude.
Yeah, I was like, I thought it was like a dream in my mind. So that was wild.
Yeah, that one dude. There's a dude, the guy that sat with us at the game show, who literally like blacked out. Like we were headed back to the boat. And we saw him getting pushed in a wheelchair.
Yeah, he was.
Dude, he showed us the photos of like him being pushed and him in his bed.
Dude, he was.
He
gone.
said, yeah. Last thing I remember was being at the bar having a good time, and then next thing I knew, I was in my bed and all showered on the cruise ship.
Yeah,
He was funny. Oh my god.
So who gave him a shower?
probably his wife.
Probably his girl. Yeah.
Whoever he was with.
She did not look like she was happy, dude. She did not look.
You know
pleased with
who
him.
spawns in out of nowhere? Olivia and Hayden.
They do, bro. They do.
Dude, they listened to the instructions for the game show.
And they
and
did.
they're like, yeah, this ain't for us.
Anything that includes fun.
Hayden
is
is
gone,
not
dude.
part of it.
Yeah.
Some
nah.
context.
Okay, you gotta explain it.
Yeah, for dinner, we were told that we were gonna have it was gonna be us four and then 4 other people. The other 2 randos never showed up.
Yeah.
But this one couple, Hayden and Olivia, showed up, and they were maybe there for what? Less than 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes.
Just like looking
Yeah.
over the menu, and the dude's like super introverted.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like he really talks to many people. And the Olivia, she seemed pretty
Yeah. She was
pretty
cool.
cool, and super talkative. But after like the dude was looking at the menu for like 5 minutes.
Which this menu is insane.
Very
There's so
good.
many good stuff on there.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
I mean, you can't go wrong.
You really can't.
You
Yeah.
can't freaking pick the Windjammer over over the
And they
dinner.
said, yeah, I think we're gonna go to the buffet.
yeah, they were looking at the freaking thing, and she was like, "Do you want to just go to the buffet?" And he was like, "Yeah." So they told
Yeah.
our boys Sharon and Ganello that
Our waiters.
our waiters that they were just gonna go to the buffet, and I've seen them once at the buffet for breakfast.
Yeah.
And then we saw them last night for a couple seconds.
I'll see him at the pizza
Really?
place randomly. Yeah. Yeah, they're at the game show. And
Yeah.
then at the start of the game show, they walked out.
Dipped out of there. Dude.
Classic introvert extrovert couple, dude.
It's tough.
It is.
So
Alright.
another dub really quick was the jet skis.
Oh.
Yeah, because that was like my thing coming on this boat.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
dude, I've never ridden a jet ski. Or I've never driven one like myself, so I gotta get on one. But we weren't sure if there were no jet skis on Costa Maya.
Oh.
So that didn't work out. We did the ATVs. Then Cozumel, we did the whole off-road Jeep excursion, right? But no plan for jet skis at all. So I was
No.
pretty bummed. But we went to they took us to a private island where they're going to have some snorkeling.
Yeah.
Because the place that we were gonna go, so the Monster Jeep excursion had a beach break with snorkeling,
Yeah.
but in Cozumel, half of it's like saltwater lagoon and there's crocodiles.
Yeah, there's crocodiles.
And so
Yeah.
where we were gonna snorkel, like a crocodile had came out of the lagoon
Yeah.
to go and like detox in the clean water,
I'll check it.
and
Well.
What's up, bro?
Oh, sorry. How are you?
What's up?
Anything or I come back in the afternoon?
Yeah, we'll be out soon. Yeah.
4:30.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well.
That's the man Ruel right there. Okay. Crocodile.
yeah. So yeah,
Yeah,
then,
and
so
then our tour guide went and caught him.
dude,
Went and
Kike.
caught-
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Went and
So
caught him.
and so they were like, okay, I guess they were like, we'll go snorkel at another spot, and this other spot just happened to be another private beach that
Yeah.
had jet skis, and me and Zach were like,
We immediately went to Kiki and we were
but
like,
we
"Yo,
gotta.
can we ride jet skis?" And he was like, "Oh yeah." So that was we tore it up out there, dude.
Oh,
That was a
Hooked
dub.
y'all up, dude. Hooked
Just
y'all
another
up.
dub.
I mean, this cruise has been, besides that one volleyball loss,
Yeah. We didn't need that though.
Each
We didn't need
night,
that.
each night seems to have gotten progressively better.
Yeah.
And tonight's the finale.
And then, and then
Yeah.
tonight,
Finale.
bro, tonight we have a couple game shows we're gonna go
Oh, yeah.
go try to win. Dude, what's crazy is so on board they have like an entertainment team, and last night the guy who was over our team at Crazy Quest Game Show, his name was Ashley. He had told us tonight they have a game called Battle of the Sexes, and he needs us to be there.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he's gonna try to pull one of us up on stage, but if they do, just know it's another dub for second floor.
Another freaking dub.
You just go ahead and count it up right now.
He wanted our energy, dude. There, he needed it. He
Yeah.
needs us there.
Felt good to win for Ashley. He was like, I've been on a losing streak. Yeah.
He said that.
He said
Yeah,
that.
he's because we were talking. He was like, yeah, I've lost my past like 6 cruises. I've not won.
Oh.
No way.
Yeah, I was like, all right, Ashley, we're gonna get this for you. And guess what we did?
That's what we
God,
did,
got
dude.
a
For
boy
Ashley,
a
bro.
dub, dude.
We got it for
Got a
Ashley.
boy a dub.
Dude,
Yeah, last night was.
It's pretty lit, man.
so true, bro.
Pretty
Like when you
lit.
said when we first got on the boat, like, dude, if you just gave us,
You called
A
it.
month.
Yeah.
a month.
I mean, we're like what 4 days in, and we're practically celebrities on this boat, dude.
Dude, you're the
Everyone-
belly flop king.
Yeah,
Dude, he's
Yeah.
the leader of Team 4. Like last night, there was a group of
dude.
dudes who were like, "Yes, Team 4!" All dabbed him up.
But again, dude, I mean, we just don't give a crap
nah.
about anybody's opinions.
No.
So.
That's how, dude, and that's how exactly how it was on second floor at
Oh
school,
yeah.
and we ran that school. Dude.
Yeah, and we just yeah. If you guys who don't understand, it's like second floor was just we just exist on second floor. And that's just how we lived our life. It's like we're always on second floor.
One of the girls last night was like asking me because Nathan was dancing like crazy, and she was like, "Does he go to raves?" And I was like, I said, no, he is the rave. And I was like, you understand that anywhere we go, we're a rave.
Bro, you put on Satisfaction.
Oh.
That gets me going,
Yeah,
dude.
it is.
Well, Ryan, why don't you give the viewers some backstory on who you are, what created this animal that we know today? You're married, you got 2 kids.
Married, 2 kids, and again, that's why I don't care. Like, I'm gonna go home to my wife and to my 2 kids and just, so I don't
Dad
but-
mode.
Yeah, and I'm back in dad mode, and just, I mean, for people who don't know me, I've known Nathan the longest.
Dude, since freaking high school.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. Me and Nathan grew up in the
That's
same
crazy.
youth group.
Yeah.
Um,
We played Call of Duty Zombies together.
yeah. What dude, what's crazy is before we had second floor, we had our own.
Our squad, man.
Yeah, we had our own squad.
Squad.
with him, me, Richie, Trevor,
Jacob,
Taylor, and it's like so like we've always had like that, like that boys group.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, I mean, then I obviously went to SAGU, and that's when I met the guys
the
and
boys, man. Not the boys.
got in. I mean, I don't know what better way to say it, indoctrinated into
Yeah,
second
second
floor
floor,
culture,
dude.
dude. With
Honestly,
Noah and
Yeah, if it weren't for like Michael and Noah,
Noah,
Yeah,
oh my.
very true.
they were
dude.
like they set the foundation.
Oh,
So
yeah.
okay, what was that
Yeah.
like? Talk about that. What was that like?
So it was
Well,
wild.
I feel like you two were definitely like the start of our like generation of
Yeah.
second floor.
Yeah,
Well, that
Like,
So
you guys were in it before anyone else. I feel like.
yeah, because
anyone who
Noah
doesn't
was
know-
our
Yeah.
sweet mate.
But
And
here's the
Noah
thing-
was best friends
yeah.
with Michael.
yeah, but here's the thing: we had known Noah because Noah
Oh, was
was
my
a
youth
lead-
leader? Yeah, I forgot about that.
Me,
Oh, okay.
me and Noah were youth leaders because I was a youth leader at my youth group for 4 years.
Yeah,
Well, and Nathan, so I was
same with
I was a leader when Nathan's last 2 years of high school.
same with Guy. Guy,
Oh,
'cause
yeah,
me,
yeah.
dude, me and Ryan, we talked about going to Collins.
Collins.
And the day that we went to go like give a tour,
Tour.
Guy was working, and he was like, "Hey, let me just give y'all a tour of Collins."
Really?
So he gave us a tour of Collins. We saw just how nasty and disgusting he was, and then he was like, let me show you bridges.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
Oh my
dude.
gosh.
He showed us second floor, showed us
Bridges.
bridges. And then that day, we switched over to bridges and on the second floor.
Okay,
Yeah.
but something that people probably don't know is that second floor goes back like several generations, and
Yeah.
no one
Yeah.
really knows
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
when it started.
Dude.
When I got to SAGU, my first week, I was with my admissions counselor. She was doing her master's degree, and she was like, "Oh, you're on second floor," and I was like, "Yeah, I had no idea what that was." And she was like, "Oh, they're crazy." She was like, "They've been crazy since I've started like my
Yeah.
freshman year."
Yeah.
My youth pastor that I started over, Corey Webb, he had a second floor experience like us.
Yeah, he was like, that was like generation 2.
That yeah.
It was
That's
like one
so
generation
wild.
before him.
Yeah.
And how
Yeah.
much older is he than you? A few years, right?
He's like
Yeah.
4 years older. He's
Yeah.
in his
so
30s probably.
so it could potentially go back
I think like
I think-
eight,
I
eight
think it's
years.
like maybe
Before
8
us.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Which
what
is
generation were
crazy.
we?
I'd say we were
Like
generation 4.
I
Four?
think so. Yeah,
The last and
Yeah.
final generation.
generation 5 died, dude.
But okay, but here's how it started with at least for me and Nathan. So we were suite mates with two men who were the life embodiment of second floor. Joe Franklin and Noah.
That's
And
right.
they were the lifeblood. Okay, they're the ones who started wearing ponchos, and so me and Nathan were like, we gotta get ponchos.
Got our
Yeah.
So we got ponchos, and
the wrench.
yeah,
They did the wrenching
Holy
ceremony.
crap,
Wrenching,
bro.
yeah.
So they wrenched me and Ryan.
Dude, I
So
forgot about
on
that.
second floor,
I forgot about that, dude. Holy crap.
That was OG.
yeah. And I guess if we bleep this out, we.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, there was something called the Grand Master of second floor.
Yeah.
And so like for you viewers, there were two levels of second floor. There was second floor,
And then second floor.
but then there was second floor. Okay? Me and Nathan, the boys, we were not part of the first tier of second floor. We were the second tier. And the second tier is like almost like a silent society
Yeah.
where you have like grand masters and you have different levels of leadership. And so my second year, my sophomore, or actually my second semester, freshman second semester, they were like, Ryan, you're gonna be the new grand master of second floor. And so since then it was like, and from there, Sam and Steven and then Zach and Reed and
Yeah.
the Tunas and
Yeah.
commanders and freaking
lieutenants.
lieutenants. That I mean, bro, that's where I get my
Your gamer tag.
my gamer tag
Commander Tuna.
is Commander Tuna. So
Dude.
But everything was like a natural evolution.
yeah, it's just natural
Yeah.
progression.
Nothing was like
Mhm.
forced.
No, it just felt
No.
right.
Mm.
Yeah. For me, I feel like I didn't really. I was kind of like on the lower tier second floor for, I think, really until like sophomore year.
Yeah.
Because all freshman year was just,
You're football.
yeah,
You're
football, like
I think
all kinds of nonsense.
I think the moment you moved to the next level is when you brought in SF.
SF.
That's
Yeah.
when that was like
And that,
a
yeah.
paradigm shift right
Yes. Yeah.
there. That's when Generation 4 like
That's when everything started
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
lighting up, bro. That's when
Yeah.
Steven started. I mean, the games we played were just insane.
which we can't tell them because
No,
we can't.
it's forbidden.
Yeah.
hidden, dude.
Like
Bolton.
yeah, it's a gentleman's game.
Yeah.
No woman's allowed to know. And to this day, my wife has no idea what SF is. I have not told her a
Dude,
thing.
mine either, man.
Heck yeah,
Mine
dude.
either.
Heck yeah.
But I mean, but here's the cool thing. Is like my wife, I think this is true for Joseph as well. Is like my wife understands that like this is important to me.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know, all people are like, "Oh, you left your wife at home?" I was like, "No, she has people at home with her." But but again, I think, my wife understands like second floor is vital to me. Like it's
Yeah.
we may live 2.5 hours away, but the fact that we can set aside time to come on a boat and just
Dude,
chill
yes.
You know, I
And
think
be
it's-
second floor.
and to be second floor
Yeah.
is again, you know,
And there's not a lot of women who understand that.
No.
You know? They understand that a man like really needs time away sometimes to come back better.
yeah,
Seriously.
yeah, and it's, but again, it's not as complicated as that. It's just my wife understands like how important the boys are to me. You know,
Yeah.
Sam, Reed,
Yeah.
you know, everybody.
Yes.
And it's just, I think it's important that like you have that strong of a connection. You know,
Yeah.
when I think of second floor, I think of the movie Tag, where it's those guys who like started playing tag when they were kids, and like 40 years later
Dude.
they're playing
Yeah.
tag.
I actually never saw it, but I know what you're talking
Dude,
about.
it's like I feel like that's gonna be us. Like we'll still be the same when we all had kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And we're all
yeah,
married,
yeah.
and we'll all come on a trip like this with our families, and we'll, you know,
See, that's what gets me, because you talk to a lot of people that are older, and you tell, like, when you try to describe a friendship like this, sometimes they're like, "Oh yeah, but that's just seasonal." Like, you know, eventually, it's like everyone has this expectation that eventually your friendships are just going to die out, and like you should just let it happen. But it's very possible. Like
Yeah.
you try, if you
Yeah.
try, you can keep this thing alive.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, we play online games together.
Yeah. Which
you
is
know,
like, people will see that as like cheesy,
yeah,
dumb, whatever, but like,
It's a way to keep connected.
yeah, for sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, like, I think, I think it was hard for my wife in the very beginning to understand like how important like playing a game
Mm.
with like your friends is.
Mm.
Mhm.
But now she knows if I'm like, you know, hey, tell me what I need to do for you now before you go to bed, so that way I have plans later on to hop on the game with the boys. She's like, okay, that's fine. You know, I just need your help with such and such, and then, but it's like, you know,
Yeah.
but again, she understands like how important. I think it's so stupid if you let your friendships die off.
I
Dude.
agree.
Okay, so the book I've been reading is called Top 5 Regrets of the Dying. And one of the biggest regrets people have is that they did not keep in touch with their friends. So you have these people that are lonely in these nursing homes dying, literally looking back on their life being like, I wish I just would have maintained or kept up my friendships. And so that's something that Zach and I have talked extensively about is we know that we had something and have something really special from second floor.
Yeah.
And we always talked about like, well, what? I wish we could bottle this and just let other people experience this level of community. And it's there's an intangibility about it, but you can kind of create this environment where if people have that time to connect, like the 2 a.m. conversations or just the silly games, right? Like the things that happen where you said it felt so natural. And I think that's the kicker is like if we came into this idea of like, oh, we have to all be on a dorm floor together again to have that magic, that would be, I think, the wrong way to go about it.
Yeah.
But if we can create an environment where people can have that same connection, it's not going to be for everybody, but the people that are like dying for that in our generation, that deep connection with other people, I want people to have a chance to experience that somehow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to describe. It's hard to,
Yeah, like what makes
You-
us different than
You can't
Yeah.
describe it. You have
Yeah.
to.
No.
You have to be there to see it.
yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
I mean, hence the name Second Floor Experience. It's something we
Yeah.
did during open dorms, and it was
Yeah, dude.
it was okay. The premise was people don't understand what we do on the hall.
Mhm.
I think people think it's a mystery. Let's show them what
Yeah,
second floor is.
Yeah.
You know, it's just we
We
walked.
got a ton of signups.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, dude,
yeah.
we
Almost got shut down.
Yeah.
a great second floor Civil War.
I was on the side of pushing it back.
Not me, dude.
I yelled at Ryan. That's like one of
dude.
like 4 times in my life where I've like
lost it.
Dude, I remember there being probably like 20 dudes in our room. And we're like, me and you were like standing up on the chair,
Yes.
like, we gotta do this. And it was wild.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, dude, I was thinking about Generation 5, Generation 6.
There's no Generation 5 or 6.
Well, I didn't know at the time. I I wasn't thinking about that. I wasn't expecting that. But I was thinking for the future. I was like, all right, in 2022, I hope they can do like a second floor experience. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
So I wanted to like make sure we did it right so that the next people who live on the second floor
Yeah.
could show off what they were doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we should you should explain to people why there was a civil war and what the point of that was.
So
Pastor Abby.
that's it, really. So
Yeah.
okay,
We had created the resistance.
yeah. So we had a dorm pastor, Pastor Abby,
She's the worst.
which she's probably not gonna watch this. So
She was our fourth dorm pastor.
Yeah. We had a new dorm pastor every single year, and I think it was because of the second floor.
Yeah.
For Pastor Josh, definitely. And his wife.
But so Pastor Abby comes in, and we had approached Dean Mesh, who's the head of everything dorms, about, hey, we want to do this thing called second floor experience, where it's like an open house for people to come in during open dorms and experience. We'll put like a show. Dean Mesh is like, that sounds great. We want more halls to be like your hall. Dean Mesh loved second floor. A couple weeks, like I think a couple
Dude,
days.
It was
A couple days before it.
before.
Pastor Abby.
No, dude,
tells-
it was that Monday.
Yeah.
It was the day of because we were thinking
Really?
about doing it the day of.
Yeah, and it tells us, look, you can't do second floor experience yet. There's some things we gotta do, but we were like, your boss has already told us we're good to go.
Okay, so another thing though,
And
too,
it was crazy
that,
about that.
well,
Is like,
remember it was the last open dorms too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like if we didn't do it that night, we would have
had
to
to
wait
wait
till the
till
next semester.
yeah, and so we had. All I remember is that night is we all got together, 20 guys, in the hub, and we argued about
back and forth. Yeah.
about the pros and cons. But here's the funny thing: in the middle of arguing, our RA1 comes into the room.
And Abby's right there.
No. He's like, "Hey, Josh, who's one of our
Oh
friends."
my
Oh,
gosh,
yeah.
that's
Is
right,
like, hey,
dude.
Pastor Abby needs to see you.
Because we
I
had
forgot
created
about
the
that.
sign because we were going to do
we
it.
were gonna do it anyways.
going to do
Yeah,
it.
and I think this is what broke the camel's back
Yeah.
for the people who wanted to wait. Is she knew Josh doesn't lie. You know. If he does try to lie, he's not a very good liar. And so he gets called down to her office, knowing that she's interrogating
He
him
was
about.
freaking out, bro.
He was
freaking out.
freaking out.
He was running all the sign up stuff.
Yeah, and so-
he was her point person
Yeah,
for the
and
whole
so-
experience.
And so like he comes up, he's like, "Bro, she's over here grilling me, and
We can't do it. We can't do it.
We can't do it." I was like, "Yes, we can." And my whole thing was this: is her boss had already told us, "Yes, you can do it,"
Yeah.
and for her to be like, "No, you can't." To me, that's her boss supersedes her authority.
Yeah. My whole thing was like, what rule are we breaking?
Yeah, and what are they
Like,
gonna do?
If we're doing this
You
whole
give us a fine?
yeah.
I don't
It's
give a crap.
Yeah.
And Nathan snapped. Our friend Z, he snapped big time.
Dude.
I forgot about that.
Z snapped. Yeah. What was wild is there are people that I thought would have been with me and Zach who weren't with me and Zach. Like Reed was on this side of let's wait.
Yeah.
I think me and Zach
yeah.
were the only ones who were like, we have to do it. We have to do it.
To me, it felt like it would have been even more second floor. Just like,
yeah.
they tell us no and we do it anyways.
But I mean, it was successful later on.
yeah,
It was.
it ended up
It
working
was.
out.
It's on YouTube.
So-
Look up second floor
Yeah,
experience.
it
on
is.
YouTube.
It is on YouTube.
I'm so glad I videoed that.
Yeah, it is on YouTube. You can go
Dude.
watch it.
I knew it wouldn't.
My
be
wife's
that.
seen it.
Really?
Yeah, she laughed. And it was wild. It was like a Broadway show.
Dude, I was-
It's like you were on one set, and as soon as that set ended, someone would
running
talk
to the
about
next
what they
room.
just saw,
Yeah.
and we're over here sprinting,
Dude.
getting set
Yeah.
for the next room.
Dude, I was exhausted.
I was
After that night.
toasted that night.
Dude, I think we had like 5 or 6 groups
Something like that.
Yeah.
of just random people,
Yeah.
and it was.
But do you remember the special edition one at the end?
Special
Oh, dude,
edition
the
one?
R-rated one you guys did.
Oh, I wasn't there, dude.
What?
I was house sitting for my parents.
Was I there? I don't.
I thought it was that night. I thought we did it that night.
I don't remember.
No, because I left to go like house sit for my parents. 'Cause my
Right
parents
after
were, yeah, right after we
Well,
finished.
It
was
wasn't
that
that
show.
great. I mean, it
What
was,
was the special
kind of
edition one?
stupid.
I don't remember.
Full Glory Oz, dude. Full Glory Oz.
That's right.
was it
You're
for-
right.
Was just for who was it for?
I think just the
Just like it
hall.
was a few of like second floor dudes. I think. I don't know. I forget. But yeah. Yeah. That's the thing though. Like this energy that we're talking about,
Yeah.
like it clearly follows us.
Yeah.
Like we can make it happen on a freaking cruise ship in the
Yeah.
middle of the Gulf of Mexico, right?
Yeah.
Like that's like the energy that it's so hard to describe.
Mm.
Yeah.
You just gotta
It
experience
is,
it,
dude. It's like,
You're right. I mean, yeah, in a way you do just have to experience
Yeah.
it. Like, and part of that is one, like you said at the very beginning, I think is just letting go, kind of like
Yeah.
just not caring.
Yeah.
But that comes with being with people that you can trust.
yes,
So
but that trust takes time to
Yes.
build.
yeah,
Like for me, I know when I got on the second floor, I was there a week early,
dude.
and I like immediately, basically, you guys brought me into the haven.
You maybe have
And-
like the best introduction week.
yeah.
Anybody-
Oh, I did,
Yeah.
dude. I did. Yeah, I had my
Zach
first
not
night. I
showing
think I had
up
a
until the day before classes start.
I think I had a shower
Alex-
sauna like my second night, dude. And like it was just there's a feeling, there's an element of just pure acceptance that
Yeah.
I had never experienced before. It was like we've known you for like 2 days,
Yeah.
and we don't even like really care, but like
Yeah.
we're gonna just absorb you into this group, and we're gonna like show you all our secrets, and like
yeah.
we want to learn about you, and we want you to come hang out with us. And it's just, I mean, so many people don't experience that in college. It takes forever to make
Yeah.
friends or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think what's crazy about that is that's what the church should be.
Dude, yes,
Dude.
that's
The-
what
the-
we've
guys,
been saying,
guys,
bro.
The church should be second floor. Come as you are. We don't care. We don't care your past. We don't care about what you did before you got here. We care about
You right
You.
now.
right now and
Yes.
making you better. And,
That's
and
right,
I think we can all agree second floor made us better men.
100%.
And we had a
100%.
lot of disagreements, we had
Yeah.
a lot of debates, but it was all out of
But
love.
it became it was come as you are. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And
That's a
that's
great
that's
point.
something that the church is not
Yeah,
is not absorbing. And
Yeah.
I mean there's there are churches out there like we don't care who you are. We
Yeah.
want you to come. Be a part of our family.
yeah,
Yeah.
Trust us because we have your back. And I think I mean that's what second floor was. And that's why you don't care.
Yeah.
Is
Right, yeah.
because you are who you are and you're around people who know you.
Yeah.
And we like this. I mean that's just Nathan. When satisfaction comes on, he can't help but to move.
Push me and then just touch me.
Okay, but here's the thing though, is like in this current state of the church organization, even if they've bridged that gap of true acceptance, there's not really a great element for change that they have like as an organization towards the outside world like second floor does. So like the second floor energy that we have an ability to be so like mobile and flexible that we can go into these game shows and win them, right? We can do these different things that I really believe can be translated to different like sort of ministry type things where it's not traditional, what we would think of traditional ministry, but it's like bringing these people of acceptance in, and then when the second floor machine starts to get rolling, it really almost cannot be stopped. And if we
Yeah.
can use that as like a force to help change like cities or
Yeah,
different
I mean,
things like that, it'd
yeah,
be
it's not just
huge.
game shows. I mean, what was that? 2 or 3 nights ago in the hot tub when we had that
Oh my
like,
gosh.
crazy conversation. Like,
Dude, I don't even think we got to tell you guys about that very much at all. But like, we had this whole conversation with this cop who like just really didn't believe in marriage, and he had been like really hurt, and so we like got to know him. Then we started talking about, learned that he was kind of a Christian, I say kind of because there was just some things that he just was still wrestling with, and he grew up in a very traditional Christian home, etc. And just got to the point where he just did not really believe in like kind of the church anymore. Really, like he doesn't really go to church much, but he serves as a cop at the church. And then another guy came in after that, who, dude, just like you could tell he'd been storing up questions his whole life, and just boom, one thing after another, like, oh yeah, Christianity is just a bunch of mythologies all balled up together, but I like this Jesus guy, but I just don't believe in the resurrection, and like, well, the Bible's not really a historical source, and like, you just kind of went down the line, and we addressed each one of his questions in a way that was like not condemning, it wasn't like prideful,
no offense
it was like, oh, okay, I see where you're coming from, and here's where I was when I had that question. And each time you saw the bubble pop, and he was like, oh wow, like I've never thought of it that way, or oh wow. And then like the resurrection, we're like, well, if Jesus didn't rise from the dead and his disciples didn't see him alive, why would they die such horrific deaths, right? And so he literally looked over at us and was like, wow, I think I need to revisit this. Like I've never thought of it this way before. But that's what you're talking about. It's not just like, you know, like I said, change a city, but I'm just saying that like the way that we're able to influence people. Oh my God.
Just connect with people.
Dude, yes. I had a freaking quote from this book that I was reading that goes along really well with this. It's a story. Comes from the mayor of New York in 1907. They were building the aqueducts for New York to get to get water there. They're having a big water problem. And he says this: the course of human events is not permanently altered by great deeds of history, nor by the great men, but by the small daily doings of the little men. His name is George McClellan, mayor of New York, 1907, at the groundbreaking construction of the largest aqueduct in the world at that time.
Dang.
But I love that. I think that we overestimate what we can do on a large scale, but we underestimate what we can do one-to-one interactions and the butterfly effect that has.
Yeah.
But I mean that goes back to what I said earlier, is like I've had so many conversations with just people just talking.
Yes, dude.
And it's
all
not,
week.
Yeah.
All week, yeah.
It's not, you know, it's just, I know that, you know, if Jesus were to step on to the elevator, the first thing he would ask is, what's your name? What do you tell me about your life?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what, you know, I mean, and that's what I try to do a lot is, you know, when I'm, you know, just sitting around, it's like, just like if I see like a person come sit next to me in a lounge chair, you know, obviously if they're reading a book or listening to music, I'll let them, you know, but if they're just chilling, you know, again, I think the first thing that Jesus would do is, hey, what's your name? Tell me your life story, what's going, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's just that, you know, Jesus was all about like you said, that those one-on-one interactions.
And it changed the world.
Yeah.
Created the largest movement ever.
Yeah, and it's just, you know, you know, it may not be, you know, oh, hey, let me tell you about Jesus right quick. But you never know what that simple, easy conversation could have done for that person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they could have been having a terrible day, and you could have been there to be like, hey, I just, you know, let's just talk and hang out.
Dude,
you know,
to just be genuinely interested in someone with no ulterior motives.
Yeah.
Is one of the greatest gifts you can give.
Yeah. It's just,
genuinely, seriously, to exactly what you're saying. To just be genuinely interested, saying like, hey, who are you? What are you about? What's your story?
Yeah.
It's just, there's something just sweet about it.
And we've heard some crazy stories.
Yeah, we have
crazy stories this week.
Yeah, dude. Like one, all of us, we met a group of friends who were out, and one of the girls, her husband just died like a month ago. But again, if it wasn't for those, hey, just what's your name? How's it going? And like out of nowhere, she was like, yeah, I just lost my husband a month ago, and dude, I mean that broke.
I mean, dude,
the only thing I can think of is I could not even imagine.
Me neither.
What she's going through, man, and that, you know, dude, hopefully we see her today, because if so, I mean, I feel like I have to be like, hey, I know you may feel alone right now, but I have somebody who can be there for you, and
Come on.
let me introduce you to Jesus.
Come on.
But again, it's like, I think she struck a chord because again, me being married, I could not imagine
Yeah, for sure.
losing Ashley, and then she was like, yeah, you know, I can't have anything sparkling because I just had stomach surgery. I was like, if you don't mind asking what it was for, she's like, well, me and my husband were trying to get pregnant, and that was for fertility, and she could never get pregnant. And again, it started core with me. I have 2 kids, so not only could I not imagine losing Ashley, but I could not imagine not having Micah early. And so like, it's just, I mean, there are people who are trying to mask their pain with stuff of the world, and you know, I feel like
At the end of the day, it just leaves you empty.
yeah. But again, I think it's you have to be open to have those conversations. You know, like you said, the best gift you can give someone is be genuinely interested in their life, not with any ulterior motives of, you know, of anything. Just I want to get to know who Jesus created, whether they believe in him or not. Like, hey, you are a byproduct of.
Dude, I can't tell you how many conversations I've had. I wouldn't call them conversations, but where someone will just look over and be like, "Oh, like, hey, you know, what's your story or whatever," and I'll tell them, like, I'll just start and say like one thing, and then they'll just, boom, immediately go into something about their life and spend the next like hour talking about themselves, and I just sit back and I'm like, "Oh wow, that's awesome!
Sweet.
Wow, that's crazy, yeah." But it's like, you weren't really interested in me.
No.
And getting to know me. You just want to find ways to talk about yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But like Nathan, with I was telling the girls last night that they were like, "Well, what does Nathan do?" And I said, "Well, he's a producer." And like, "Well, what do you mean?" And then I said, "Well, he like produces for this band, but he also did the intro and outro to our podcast." And they were like, "Oh, you guys have a podcast?" And I was like, "Yes, but like he has helped us create these like really funny, really cool like intro parodies to our podcast that are like completely unique." And I think that's a really cool way that you're able to, like, you guys with the band too are able to have this effect on people where it's your goal is to change the way that people view worship music.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really amazing mission, a really powerful thing. I've been really looking forward to the songs that y'all are about to release, man, because
Have you heard any of the new stuff?
I've heard a little bit here and there.
Not heard a single thing.
Dude, Zachary's on one of them.
I am.
Shredding on the guitar, man.
Legitimately though, each song that comes out is head and shoulders better than the last one. Like, you can really tell
that's the
the
goal.
development.
Dude.
I don't think Take It All is trash, our first one, but listening to that, because I made that song like 2 years ago now, compared to like what I'm doing
2 years ago.
like right now, it like, I think it's still a good song, but
Yeah.
like,
It's not.
the goal of making it the worst song that I've ever made is working because all the other stuff I'm doing now is so much better than that.
Well, and you guys now being able to go play shows in Austin,
Yeah.
and like, I know Sam's told me about how many times he's gone over to other artists and stuff and just tried to create this environment of modeling, showing first him going over and being interested in them, and asking about their music and different things to show that artists should be more collaborative.
Oh, dude,
And
there's like no collaboration.
That's
at
what I'm
all.
saying, is because he's experienced where there's so many artists that just are so selfish and don't care about other people. But I think when you lift others up, you get lifted up too.
Yeah.
And I think that as Christians, you can show people how to be a Christian without ever telling them that you're a Christian or telling them what a Christian is like. You can just be that, and it's oftentimes so much more powerful than having that "Oh, do you know who Jesus is?" conversation, because that typically is a turn off for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, oftentimes it's more powerful and then easier.
Yeah.
Though, because you don't have to be this, like we talk about all the time, you don't have to be like this salesman trying to sell Christianity
Jesus.
or anything. You just gotta literally be yourself.
Yeah.
So, dude, like what you said about second floor earlier about how like we all push each other, right? Like we all like, or you said that we all felt like we got better, like as men, right?
Yeah.
And that's something. There's like a little there's something really specific in that where I feel like yes, we push each other to be better, but in a way, we like kind of push each other out of our comfort zones.
Yeah.
And almost like last night, like the crazy game show. Like I don't know if we could. I don't know if I could be that person like without you guys.
Yeah.
There, like we kind of we feed off of each other's energy.
Yep.
Yeah.
1000%.
Yeah, and that was something. I mean, that was something really huge for me at SAGU because it's just so easy, right, to go through school and just do nothing, right, and just be this kind of, I just like let time go by, just do your thing, but we push each other to be like active, to be involved in like everything. So I don't know. I really appreciate, like, that's something I love about being on second floor. I mean, being in second floor, like this whole experience, right, is that it just pushes us to do things that we wouldn't normally do by ourselves. And that's like the beauty of having a community.
I think that's
like
just
this.
I think that's just true friendship, dude. I feel like if you're not really friends with somebody, you wouldn't be pushing them to take off their shirt or something. I don't know. You wouldn't be pushing them to break their limits.
Yeah.
To just do something that they wouldn't usually do.
Yeah.
But since we are true friends, we're like, dude, you're so much more than that.
Exactly, dude. Yes.
You're so much more. And we know that you've got so much more in you.
Yes.
So let's help you get that out.
Right.
That is such a good point.
And like, unfortunately, I don't really find that in church. Like, I don't feel that like true community.
What is that? Like, what? It's so frustrating.
I don't know.
What
man.
is that about it?
I don't know.
That it's not come as you are. It's come as your best self.
And bring your best self to my church.
Yeah.
As I'm wearing a mission shirt. I've gone there twice. All my other shirts are dirty.
Yeah, and again, we don't want to talk bad about the.
No.
We're not trying to like dunk on church organization.
There's such
we talk
a
about
lack,
it because
dude.
we care.
Yeah.
Like we want. That's what frustrates me so much is that I've experienced what it's like to be part of a genuine community where I got better and I like got out of my shell and it was amazing, and I know for a fact that there are so many people who have never experienced that and that their perception of Christianity is god awful. It's like genuinely terrible because of a few things that people have said that they've heard growing up. And that's what we experienced in the hot tub, dude, is that those guys, you just heard the perceptions one after another. And it was beautiful because we got to really offer them a different perspective on what we've experienced in Christianity. And it was, I would like to say it genuinely changed the way that they perceived it afterwards.
Yeah.
Well, what time is it, dude? You're looking at the cruise compass?
The cruise compass, dude. That's such a British thing, dude. That's gotta be a British thing.
Dude, everything's British. I think Royal is a British company.
So.
Oh yeah, true.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
do we have stuff to do?
No, I'm chilling. You didn't really ask about Nathan's life.
Yeah, dude.
I was trying to get you to start talking about
he was
the
going
produce-
down that
yeah.
path.
Were you scared that I was just gonna bring up magic?
Yeah, I was afraid, dude. I was afraid.
That's the one thing we're missing on the cruise right now. So, dude, imagine we're hanging out with everybody. I whip out Lathrop Blade of the Elves, and they're like, "What is that?" That'll blow their mind, dude. That'll blow their mind.
So few people are gonna get that, but I'm glad it's here.
I played Magic twice. It was fun.
I played Magic once and I won, so I'm 1 for 1. I'm never playing again.
There you go. Retire undefeated.
Okay, Nathan. I told them that you're a producer now.
Yes.
Where'd you come from, though?
Searcy, Arkansas.
Searcy, Arkansas, baby. I'm a music producer, produced for the Outlands. I've also produced for a dude named Trey Mutava. I've done some stuff with him.
Cashmatic.
Mono Plus,
Mono
actually.
Plus.
Mono Plus, dude.
Mono Plus in Canada, right?
No, they're in Kansas.
Kansas.
Yeah, I produced 2 of their songs under an alias though, so they don't really know it's me.
What's your alias name?
It was Simon Peters. SP Beats.
Simon
SP
Peters.
Beats, man, dude. 2 years ago, me and Gavin would go through just a rabbit hole of
Interesting
bad-
artists.
Nah, not interesting. Bad. Like objectively bad Christian rappers. And one time it was either after studio or before studio. Actually, I think it was after because I was waiting on a favor order. And I just decided to make 5, maybe 6 beats and sent them all out to Mono Plus, and they picked. I sent them 2 packs. The first pack they used one of the songs, and the second pack I sent
Dude, that
another
is so
song,
funny.
or they used the beat for that song. No, dude, I love being creative, whether it be through music or I don't know, anything
Yeah.
Dude,
else.
okay, but trolling is a big part of Second Floor too. Like with Tyler Sam Catfish Stevens.
See, but my trolling isn't malicious, dude. I would like compliment their music and stuff.
yeah. Sure.
I never outright said their music was trash. I was trolling by giving them something good.
Yeah. Exactly. But you're from Albania too.
Yeah, I
not
grew
just
up.
Kansas.
I grew up overseas in Albania. My parents were missionaries there. Moved to Texas back in 2011, and been here ever since.
Heck yeah.
Been here
Had to
ever
assimilate
since.
back to American culture.
Yeah, dude, that was that was rough, dude.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. The first like 3 or 4 years here, I was like always quiet through like middle school and high school.
Mm-hmm.
But I was almost like Hayden, dude. I didn't talk
Oh,
to
really?
okay,
yeah, I didn't talk to nobody.
Mm.
Nobody. And I thought like swag was a cuss word. I'd never heard the word swag before. And I heard all these little middle schoolers saying swag. I was like, what is that word? Am I allowed to say that?
You might have some of the best like kid lore I've ever seen. Your videos from you singing as a kid and
In
Yeah,
Albania.
the pictures you have as a kid that you always make your Instagram profile give me a life in a different way, dude.
Yeah, I used to make YouTube videos, Hair Slick. That's where I got my name from.
Hair Slick has a accent.
Hair Slick has a European accent. He's a Albanian boy doing his hair. He's doing his hair.
It's just Nathan in Albania. I got nothing else to do.
Yeah. No, dude, that was like 8th grade here.
Oh, wasn't?
Yeah. But no, I love life, man. I love life. I love creating. Just having a good time. A lot of that life has been sucked out of me, but
When you're because you're sacrificing for it, man.
yeah.
Working delivery jobs.
Delivery
and
jobs.
It's not easy, dude.
Crystal Lake was the biggest sucker at it. You don't have to bleep Crystal Lake. Leave that in. Crystal Lake
one-
was the biggest
No one's
sucker.
gonna listen to this from there.
Nah,
That was a rough one, dude.
it was, dude. It
Yeah.
was.
Painful time.
I don't really know if we got anything from it other than
You should tell people like what that is. 'cause
oh,
no one's
okay.
gonna
So
know.
me, Sam, and Gavin got brought into a Southern Baptist church, Crystal Lake. We were brought in to do worship / like revitalize it because Larry, he came in not like intending to be the pastor there, but he came to Austin because I think his kids lived here and he was going to be semi-retired. I forget how he got connected with Crystal Lake, but ended up being their pastor. And their whole thing was like, we're a dying church. We want to reach the young people and bring new life
Yeah.
to the church. So at the time, Sam's in-laws were going there, sent Sam the application for it, and like we were pretty like on edge about it. Like we don't really know if we want to do it, but like dude, we got roped in, dude.
Yeah, you did, dude. Yeah,
With
you did.
unfulfilled promises, the promises of, oh, this is going to be the next Jesus revolution. This is going to be the next big thing. We can give y'all, resources for the music. This can be a great place to build community and really, really build something like special. And we genuinely were super down with that, down to just create something new with the church and with music and with ministry as a whole. But it just like, we went there, the first like 2 months were kind of good. Everything started to like shift during Christmas. Like the honeymoon period ended. We started seeing just how just drama filled these. Okay, so the church was filled with just a bunch of old people. We were like the only young people there, and these were like some of the most just drama filled old people there. It seemed to me all they really cared about was like the image of the church, because they threw a whole fit because we wanted to like redesign the sanctuary, because like it was a freaking hospital looking place. Everything was blue. Was blue.
Yeah, dude.
The carpet, the chairs, the stage, the wall. It was just this cold, icky feeling. So we fought some battles to start to renovate that, but luckily I never got any of like the garbage or crap. It was always just like them talking to Larry, them talking to Sam about all their opinions. But by doing that, them talking to Sam about everything, me and Gavin are doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes. So if they're complaining about what Sam's doing, they're also complaining about what me and Gavin are doing.
For sure.
And the moment that like everything really flipped was when I found out. So also the church was split into two separate services, essentially two separate churches. There was the traditional Baptist.
That's right.
And then before we came in, they started doing they had plans to do their contemporary service to bring in younger, new people. So there was already like a split in mentality, a split in mission.
Yeah.
So the traditional service had their own group, their own team, and then me, Sam, and Gavin were kind of leading the contemporary service. But yeah, the thing that like really flipped me was when I found out, because I was never paid, Gavin was never paid, Sam was getting paid $150 or maybe $200. He was getting quarter time pay for 10 hours, which we definitely worked more than 10 hours each week.
Well, and you should say too that the church was very wealthy.
Oh, dude, they had
paid off everything.
Paid off everything, no debt. They had 30 acres of land that they could sell for millions of dollars. So if they wanted to like, I don't know, just sell like an acre to like give us funds. But yeah, we were never paid.
Yeah, and you guys were doing all that on top of
Faber, Instacart, and music. And there's one day I found out from Sam that the two dudes running the traditional service, they weren't getting paid a lot. They were getting paid $50 a week. But the fact that they got paid for doing like less than half the work that I was doing really like put a sour taste in my mouth. I was like, dang, they had all this money the whole time. And they've seen, me and Sam legit spent a month putting in the new sound system.
Yeah,
we were there for
that was
like almost 10 hours a day. Yeah. And they saw that work, but didn't even think about like I don't care, but I'm not doing this for the money or anything, but like
It would be nice.
it would be nice, dude. It would
Yeah.
be nice. And there was no talks about just giving us a little something.
Yeah.
There was
Yeah.
always like a
Oh, we'll talk about it.
oh we'll talk about when we get to 200 consistent members in the contemporary service, we'll move Sam's pay up to like not even full time to part time,
Yeah.
and then Sam was gonna split his part time money between me and Gavin, but there was never any like reassurance that me and Gavin were ever gonna get paid.
Here's what's crazy about that. Besides what you just said, this is a classic example of the treasure of the church being stored up in the building and the land rather than in the people.
Yeah, yeah,
Classic example, dude.
yeah.
Like, they really genuinely took treasure on earth over treasure in heaven.
For sure.
Their
dude.
their hearts clearly were trying to get there. They wanted to bring new people in. They wanted to do that, but their pride just could not
Could not
get out of the
get
way.
over it, dude.
Yeah.
They couldn't. There were Marilee, she was great, and then Randy and Paulo were the only 2 or 3 people that actually like got to know
Yeah.
and like got to know us. Like Randy and Paula invited us over for lunch one day and actually like wanted to know who we were. It was great. But other than that, there was like Jimmy, he was cool too. But other than that, dude, like the people there kind of sucked. Not gonna lie, man. Not gonna lie. So after like 7 months of like hating ourselves, we didn't give Larry an ultimatum. We talked to Larry and we were like, Larry, we can't do this anymore unless one of like 2-3 things happen, unless we know that what we're doing is going in the right place, because there's still this massive divide between the churches. Like we're moving further and further away. 2, we get paid, or 3, we get a is your camera dead, dude?
Just gotta change the battery. No big deal.
You want
Keep
me
going.
to?
Yeah, you can keep
Okay.
going though.
3, give us like money for a vacation.
Mm.
And Larry was like, all right, let me talk to the elders about it. Mind you, me and Gavin had never had a conversation with the elders. We had never met them before,
Yeah, that's
even
pretty
though
crazy.
we're part of like the leadership team.
Yeah.
We go meet the elders. We have it was a calm conversation, but like what they were saying was pretty heinous. They compared us to, so before we came in, their worship team was the Glory Gals. You can look it up on YouTube. You can find it. Compared what we were doing musically to like them, how they just kept on calling us like a para ministry team, but we wanted Outlands to be like this. We didn't even want Outlands to be separate from Crystal Lake. We wanted Crystal Lake and Outlands to merge into
Like a partnership.
like a true partnership. But they never saw it like that. They always saw, oh hey, we're gonna these guys are helping build our thing, and then they're doing their music thing on the side, and they weren't down to merge the two. Merge the two. And they never saw me and Gavin as like part of the staff. They always saw us as volunteers, because apparently for the Christmas service, Larry gave all 3 of us, gave me and Gavin and Sam like gift cards for like, it was like Cinemark, Target, and like Longhorn Steakhouse or something. It was nice to get something, but apparently there was like this massive uproar because they usually don't pay their volunteers. They got mad that we got some type of give back for the countless hours we put into
That's so crazy.
the
dude.
the
That's so
Christmas
crazy.
production, making sure that we can launch the second service in January. So yeah, they never valued us at the end of the
Yeah.
day. They just
Yeah.
saw us as, oh, we got some young blood. Hopefully they'll do something with what we got,
Yeah.
and hopefully they can do what we can't.
That's such a perfect example of how the church machine can literally shred people.
Oh yeah, dude.
You just get sucked in, you give all this time and energy, and like obviously, like you said, you're not doing it
Not doing
just
it
for money or whatever,
No.
but like to get some kind of help
Yeah.
would be nice, and instead it's just like
Yeah.
and to actually get upset for getting a gift card is
You want to get
insane.
paid,
Yeah.
boy? Dude, one of the most heinous things was like our service had a lot of like new believers. Like the majority of the people that were going to the contemporary service were people who had either like started to come back to church or who had never really gone to church before, and they got mad because our service wasn't tithing as much as the contemporary service.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the others was like,
Wait, oh, you mean as much as the traditional?
the
Yeah,
traditional.
yeah,
He was
yeah,
like,
okay.
He was like, essentially, why would I give to your service when at the end of service, I look in the offering bucket and there's next to nothing? Why would I want to pour into something that isn't pouring into us? We were like, what? These people don't really know what they're doing. They barely know God. They barely know their faith. Let them figure out their faith first and then have them give.
That is
We didn't have enough
crazy.
time to do that.
That is such a crazy thing to say, dude.
It was so just like, ah! And they said they had like no money, but we know how much like the land was worth.
Dude, yeah.
Even if they sold half the land, they'd get $30 million for 15 acres.
Yeah. So this whole thing reminds me of what we talked about with dude at the coffee shop, how we were saying these people, they understood that, yeah, okay, our church, that's why they approached you guys in the first place, because they understood that, yeah, our church is basically dying out.
Yeah.
Like, we need a revitalization somehow to keep it going. And so they understand that there's a problem, right? We don't have any more batteries, do we?
Sorry.
So they understand that there's a problem, and so they come to us to fix it, but they don't understand, like, what, I forget what we said, but it's like they see a problem with, like, this generation, right? Or, like, this era of church.
Yeah.
And when they try to bring in people who are in it to help change it, right? To offer ideas, and it's just like, oh, yeah, no. We're not going to do that.
We've done this for years, and we're gonna stick with it. 'Cause
Yeah.
it kind of works.
There's no humility in there's no modeling of humility in asking the younger generation, hey, since you're the ones that are experiencing this, what can we do to reach your generation?
Yeah.
Especially what's crazy to me is when they say things like, when an older generation will say things like, well, yeah, the younger generation just doesn't seek wise counsel from us and all this stuff. And it's like, you guys are supposed to be the ones that are setting the example for us.
Yeah.
And there's a great quote I was reading that was talking about how the church needs to really change this pass the baton approach of the younger or the older to the younger. And it needs to adopt an integrated mentality that the young people have just as much to give as the older people do.
Yeah.
And the younger people need to accept that the older people have been through more stuff than the younger people have.
Yeah, for sure.
And they should listen. But a lot of times, classically, young people need to see an example before they can really buy into something. And so what we've experienced is like what you're saying, where it's just like a lack of respect for our own perspective and a lack of trust in our ability to actually bring change.
Yeah.
And so it's like they want us, but then they want it their own way.
Yes.
They want to mold us into their own.
Which is
Yeah.
crazy because
Own
their
image.
way isn't working.
No,
That's
Yeah,
why it's crazy.
exactly. That's why it's crazy. Yeah.
Not at all, man. Not at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like come change our church, but change it the way we want to that hasn't been working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the greatest thing that's come out of Crystal Lake is like, all right, I've been through some church hurt. Now I can relate to people who's been through church hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think something you said in the very beginning is, anyway, you just reiterated, is you came out of something that hurt, so now you're better for it.
Yeah.
So you see, I think, I mean, would you agree that you are now making better strides, and you could attribute that because you have gone through something like that?
I really think our experience like compresses so much to where all we can do now is just release all that creative energy.
Yeah, and I think that's what comes out of hurt is growth.
Yeah.
You know, we talked about
100%.
earlier off, just casually chatting, is, you know, I went through a very stressful time.
Yeah, dude.
Like junior year. Yeah, not church hurt, different kind of hurt. Yeah, you know.
I love you for 1,000. Dude, I wish I was there to see that, dude. I wish I was there to see that.
I mean, I don't know if we have time for it, but I guess I'll just.
Oh, we got time, dude.
Yeah.
We're chilling, dog.
So during college, I dated a girl named Reagan. Yeah, I'm name dropping.
Bleeping or no bleep?
No bleep.
No bleep.
No bleep?
Who gives a crap?
You don't want to bleep that, dude?
No.
All right.
No. So I dated a girl named Reagan, and things between me and her did not end well. And mind you, I thought I thought that was the girl I was going to marry. Like
sure.
For some reason, it's just. And then through time, you know, I started to pick up on things that was not really. The honeymoon phase ended about 3. I mean, we dated for 9 months, and so about around like third, fourth, I was like, I'm really seeing the things I'm not too happy about, and so. But I mean, I was like, okay, this is a girl I'm gonna marry. I thought so. Hey, I'm not just gonna give up. We're gonna. So we talked a lot, and it'll be good for like a week or two, and then it'll go back, and it just. And so at one point, I was like, hey, we need to take a break. Not hey, we're done. And she was like, well, I don't believe in breaks. Either we are breaking up and we're done, or we're gonna continue dating. And so I was like, okay, then we're done. But I mean, even though I initiated the ending, like it still hurts.
Yeah.
It still sucks.
Oh
like,
yeah, dude.
Like,
1,000
and so yeah. But like 7 months after that, I started dating Ashley, and then obviously look at me now, we're married and two
got
kids.
two kids.
But what's crazy about the whole Reagan thing is Zach. No, so here's what's crazy about the whole Reagan thing is that she had suite mates that I don't think she understood how close I was with her suite mates. Mainly,
Oh yeah.
I won't name drop this person, but someone who I served in student congress with that I was really, really close with, who, like, as like earlier after this, I've been like, me and Ashley have been dating, and me and her were talking. She's like, just so you know, I was on your side through that whole thing, which was crazy.
Dang, she told you that?
Yeah.
Holy
Do
crap.
you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Okay. And she was like, yeah, just so you know, I was always trying to tell Reagan, don't do what you're doing. It's real stupid.
Yeah.
And the stupid thing is, she was to get back at me, to intentionally hurt my feelings. She was intentionally going after Zach, which were me and Zach like real close then? No, but we were still, you know.
I would say we were close. I mean, we weren't like.
Yeah, we weren't as close as we are now, but
Yeah,
like we hung out, and I was like, you know, and it was just
Yeah, you gave me the heads up.
yeah, I was like, hey, just so you know, this is what she's trying to do. And I was like, Zach, bro, if you got feelings, go for it. You're not gonna hurt my feelings.
Nah, dude.
It was like 4 or 5 months after we had broken up. I think it was like the last day of school.
It was. I remember I was like moving out,
Yeah.
like moving my stuff out when
Yeah.
you told me that. But I think it was good that you told me because I think you kind of beat her to the punch. Like she because if she was planning on saying anything or doing anything stupid, you'd already told me. And so then when she did text me, which she did, she messaged me on Snapchat. And I still have that entire conversation.
Yeah, dude, but
It was like, Ryan's trying to say I'm doing all this, or whatever.
I want to see. I want to see that later.
Okay.
But no, what's crazy is that like I had confronted her because not only did my friend in Stuco give me the heads up, her roommate gave me the heads up. She was like, her roommate texted me, was like, hey, come with me to Walmart real quick. I was like, all right, fine, that's fine. And she was telling me like, hey, this is what she's trying to do. And so
that's actually wild, bro.
And so I call Reagan. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, I was not gonna lie, I probably was a little
Heated.
I was heated.
Yeah.
And probably not the greatest thing I did is I name dropped the person who gave me her roommate. I name dropped her in that conversation. I was like, yo, just so you know, this person told me everything what you're trying to do. And she was like, that's a lie. You're a liar. I was like, okay, that's fine. Goodbye, Reagan. I hung up the phone. To this day, I think she still hates my guts. literally, yeah. The craziest thing that happened though, just like past after that, was like I got close to her dad because when I had gone in, because he was a pastor of a very successful church.
Okay, yeah.
Like super successful. Not only that, he was the district superintendent of the whole state of Georgia for the Assemblies of God. Okay, but like I remember one time, she had just graduated. And I was talking to her dad, like in the middle of a conversation. She walks up and says, "All right, Dad, it's time to go," and like yanks him away, like mid conversation.
Jeez.
Yeah. Later that night, she texted. She's like, "I apologize. I didn't mean to do that." And I was like, "You're good." And I was like, "Reagan, we don't ever have to be friends, but like, I don't understand what pent up aggression you have. Like, I'm dating Ashley at this point.
Yeah.
That was that was December.
Jeez.
Before COVID. It was wild.
Man.
It was wild.
What a time. Second floor lore.
Second floor lore, man.
Gotta get it captured, man.
Now we're the Windjammers.
The Windjammers.
Speaking of the Windjammer, I think it's
Yeah.
Is it time to eat?
I think it's about time to eat.
Starving.
I'm pretty hungry.
Windjammer, then pizza?
hey, should I just call her right now?
Get her on the pod, baby.
Hey, you want to get on the pod? Yeah, that was not. Yeah, that was. But again, it was like you come out of that with so much growth.
Yeah.
Perspective.
That like, and it's just like, y'all know what you want now. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
for
sure.
That's our dating. Actually, I was like, I know exactly what I want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So.
After I ask out Yuki, we'll see what I want. After I give her my Instagram.
Dude, you need to download WhatsApp like right now.
I didn't buy the internet package, dude. I can't. I'm gonna give her my Instagram and see what happens.
Okay. All right.
We're also gonna find out if she speaks English. Ryan talked to her earlier, and he doesn't think I should.
I don't think she speaks any English. That's because I was trying to talk to her, and she was like,
now we have AI.
Now we got
language is gonna be nothing, dude. Language is gonna be
actually
nothing.
speak her language.
Yeah.
all right, let's go eat, dude.
All right. Thanks everyone for listening to this episode of Second Floor Experience. We'll catch you next time.
Catch you next time, dude.
Our camera's off.
Peace out.
All right.
Peace.
Oh.
Dude, Amy had that game show in 30 minutes.
No way, huh?
The Love and Marriage game show's up there in 30 minutes.
Oh. Okay, well, let's go eat then.
You want to get pizza or you want to go to the Windjammer?
Let's do both.
I want to talk to you. Not now. Later. No, now.